All right, so we'll quickly attempt the January 2020. Let's go as fast as we can. Right, private enterprise is run mainly so, right? And again, someone please send me the answers for the last paper we mark if you haven't already. So yeah, private enterprise is run mainly to create profits, right? Private enterprise is run mainly to create profits. Number two, the main role of the human resource department of an organization is to, what do we say for number two? The main role of the human resource department of an organization is to, so to A, recruit qualified employees, promote, yeah, I would say A to the main role is to, it should have put qualify and train them, but yeah. Number three, which of the following is not a function of money? Indivisibility, right? That comes a lot. In which of the following types of economic system does the state own and control all of the country resources? That is very easy. It's a planned economy or a command economy. A post-dated check is one which, number five, I want to hear you for the ones that are strange. Number five, a post-dated check is one which is dated for a future date. It's dated for payment at a future date. The main objective of a trade union is to encourage the main objective of trade union is to encourage the advancement of welfare. Yeah. Number seven, in which of the following categories would subsidized meal for employees fall? Fringe benefits. Number eight, which of the following phrases best describes an authoritarian leader? Very easy question. Makes decision without consultation. Again, if you don't know these things, I urge you to go back, look at your notes, or get a relevant textbook and look back at all the different types of leadership. Number nine, characteristic of written communication includes document, detailed messaging. However, we don't get instant feedback. So one and two only. Which of the following, number 10, answer number 10 for me. The management, when he grants a worker time off with pay, what are we giving this worker here? Number 10. So number 10, we have motivation. Yeah, 10 is motivation, not delegating, motivating. Number 11, Richard has been an employee for 10 years. He is up for promotion. However, they hire someone ahead of him. He is upset and has taken to issue with the trade union. The conflict is a result of what? Yeah, unfair practices. And this has happened a lot more than you think, right? This happens a lot more than you think. Which of the following is an example of an entrepreneur? Right, number 12D, Donna operates an online bakery from her home. Which is not an element of a business plan? Which is not an element of a business plan? There's the financial plan, marketing, and production. But A is not one, right? The production, you might see it as operational plan sometimes, but A, legal plan is not one, right? Assets used to secure a loan at a bank is referred to as collateral. 14A. The main function of the entrepreneur is to organize the factor of production. They are the factor that organizes the other factors of production and puts them into production. They take on the risk as well. Which of the following variables is not an element of the feasibility study? Right? So yeah, 16, it is the business design. Yeah, the design is not in the feasibility study. So I left the one for you to answer. 17, a contract may be discharged by which of the following? Right? What can it be discharged by? 17. It can be discharged by breach and it can be discharged by lapse of time, 1 and 2. Number 18, the monthly payment collected by an insurance company from its policyholder is known as premiums, right? 19, an essential feature of a valid contract is that has been accepted by the offeree either in writing or orally, right? Has been accepted by the offeree in writing or orally. 20, John offered his car for sale for 70 and Miss Maraj said she would pay for 60. What is Miss Maraj's action? 20, yeah, made a counter offer. She did. She made a counter offer. 21, which is called a cottage industry. Um, which one would you say? Again, cottage industry is stuff from home like craft and so. So yeah, it is B, 21B. 22, the amount of labor available for productive activity is the labor force. 23, Joel bought a dye factory because he wanted to ensure he received a regular supply of dye. He is making scarves. What type of linkage is this? 23, a backward linkage, right? Because the dye is an input into his scarves. So he made a backward linkage. What is least likely, 24, least likely to result from growth? Well, increased communication. There would be less communication, right? So 23C, 24C, 25, capital for day-to-day operation, working capital. We know that. 26, subsistent production is best described as producing goods for. Have you guys ever heard about the subsistence economy? And when we talk about subsistent trade, right, it's for the personal use only, right? Local and national trade or national production is for the country level, right? So just make a note of that. 27, primary production is concerned with the, again, you shouldn't get this wrong. Yeah, the provision of raw materials. Which of the following is a marketing activity? Which of the following is a marketing activity? Publicizing advertisements for news? No. Distributing commodities to an outlet, right? 28A. right? 28A. 29, yeah, that is part of marketing, finding the place. Which of the following elements comprise the marketing mix? Yeah, product, price, promotion, place. B, 30. Price discrimination can be defined as setting price discrimination may be defined as setting what? 30 different prices for the same product, yeah. Which of the following gives identity to a specific producer's good? Gives identity. Brand, right? 32. Which of the following action is least likely to describe um, as a good public relation for a company? Least likely to be described as public relation. 32. Yeah, the reduction in price to retailers. That is not any type of public relation and charitable event or anything of the sort, right? Merchandising can be best described as what? There's a question that doesn't repeat itself so much, so you should pay attention to it. Yeah, it's highlighting the visual aspect, right? Highlighting the physical and visual aspects. 34. The primary function of advertising is to, yes, communicate information, right? Communicate information. So 35, right? Which of the following is not part of the distribution chain? A contractor, right? Where is he from? Right? So 35C, 36. We want to move large amounts of long haul cargo. What can we use? So you're saying C, as in C, transport. Any other person disagree? Timon, what you have? All right, wait, let me stick a pin. Yeah, but we'll keep it as the A, which is C for now. 37. Which of the following documents shows the ownership of imported goods? Which shows the ownership of imported good? This comes a lot, which is bill of lading, right? Again, this is a question. What do you guys have for this one? Which of the following types of providers are FedEx and DHL, right? What are, do you guys know why it's 2PL and so? What answer do you have for this one? That is second party, logistic, third party, and fourth party, right? This is something you did in module 7. Yeah, so for clarity's sake, let me explain to you exactly what is in um, the study guide, as a lot of you have never recalled this, right, or seen this, right? The first party is usually the business that outsources the activity, right? The second party is the end user, right? End user of a good or service, the customer. So it is not the second party. A third party now is basically the business that is responsible just for managing the supply chain aspects, such as maybe something like road haulage or something like that. A fourth party is considered a specialist logistic company. They do the paperwork, they do the clearance, they do everything for you, right? Um, and fifth party logistics is a more it's a more integrated thing. It's a more new term, right? So just something to be aware of. Make note of those terms. All right. So again, the book itself does not specify examples of these things here, right? The book itself does not specify examples of these questions. However, I obviously did research on my own on a previous year and came across a website which I will send you, and DHL identifies as a five-party logistics, right? As a fifth-party logistics. So obviously, I would assume that is the better choice here, right? Is B. All right, B is definitely not it, right? B is definitely not it. It's either between 4 or 5. So B is definitely not it. If you look at the site though, um, DHL identifies as 5. So do what you will with that information. I am providing it to you, and if you feel more comfortable choosing it, is what I would do. But I did a research for you. But yeah, a supply chain is best described as what do we have for supply chain? 39. System of organizing resources in moving products from suppliers to customers. I would say B, right? Anyone agrees with B, right? The supply chain is not just the process, it needs a more concise answer. It needs a more concise answer, to be honest. So the system of organizations and resources involved in moving products from suppliers to customers. All right, I would say that is more concise, to be honest, than B. It's definitely not C. C is just more logistics, right? Yeah, we'll go with D. We'll go with D. The system of organization, of organizing resources involved in moving products from suppliers to manufacturers. If they had also included something of B, I would have said it's better. But yeah, D sounds a bit more concise and agreeable in this context. Forte, the acronym GPS stands for what? Right? Global positioning system, right? Global positioning system. 41. The success of a government economic policies can be most effectively measured by an increase in the standard of living. This question repeats itself every now and again. 42. One of the major functions of the central bank is to issue notes and coins. Again, it comes a lot. 43. A plan for systematic saving and spending is referred to as what? What do you say for 43? Yeah, it's not investing, it's budgeting, right? Saving and spending. 44. He has several bills to pay each month. What service can he set up? A standing order. Again, appears too much. 45. Which of the following is not a source of income for an individual engaged in budgeting? Obviously, the repayments you have to do, right? It's not a source of income. The central bank is owned and controlled by the government, right? 47. Which of the following services are provided by commercial banks? Commercial bank offer loans and accept deposits. One is central bank, so 2 and 3, right? C is the answer for 47. Financial investments can be defined as, tell me for this one that don't usually come. Financial investments, 48, what would you say? I would say A2, assets that generate income, right? Compared to the other answers that are available there, right? Assets that generate income. Which of the following can be used to protect the environment? Again, deforestation is bad, so it is recycling and water conservation, 1 and 3, right? Which is an economic aim of the government? The economic aim, right? Yes, they want literacy. Yes, they want a security force and a legal system, but those are not economic aim. An economic aim will be something like B, stabilizing the national currency, right? 51. Which is of the following activities is a function of the Chamber of Commerce? We did this in the previous paper. Advancing the interests of the business community, securing markets for them, things like that. 52 repeats itself almost every year. What is used to redistribute income? PAYE and national income. 52C. Again, I hope you're following as we going along. 53, taxes paid on goods entering the country is customs. The one on good manufactured in a country is excise, right? Government offers subsidies to businesses in an attempt to reduce the cost and ultimately prices, improve the amount of supply in the market and what's not. Which of the following methods can we use to reduce unemployment? Tell me this one. There's one that don't usually come. Tell me what can we use to reduce unemployment? 55. Yeah, increase levies. Levies is like a payment to firms to keep them in operation. Which of the following is not a function of the MIS? It's not applicable to MIS information. Right? MIS is just a database that assists management in carrying out function. It provides them information, but it doesn't changes the procedures used to carry out tasks. It don't do anything like that. Right? Wherever you input, it's going to provide you information, allow information to flow between areas, but don't change no procedures or carry out tasks. So D is that one. 58, a major function of CARICOM again is to allow member states to collaborate. I say A because, as I said, it repeats every year. B, C, and D are all collaborative points, and they all make up more CSME thing. CARICOM is beyond just economic integration. There are other things as well, like CSEC, like the Caribbean Court of Justice, and what's not. 58, economic dualism is what? A, uneven sectorial growth. One half of the economy is dilapidated and the other half is advanced, like our agriculture and oil a little bit, right? JK. The buying and selling of goods and services among countries is called international trade. This repeats itself a lot. The introduction of technology in the production process may affect society by, if we introduce technology and we become capital intensive, it's obviously going to reduce jobs for unskilled labor. So that wraps up the 2020 January. Indicate for me in the chat how much you got, right? Princess, please send